Man, shout out to our friends at We Are Austin TV. Just incredible content there after the stunning defeat against Juarez. All right, so here you see some of the humiliating exits in knockout rounds of various competitions for Austin FC. Herc, how do we explain this, okay? How do we explain this? Because Austin FC is decent when it comes to the MLS regular season.
They are decent when it comes to the MLS regular season. They're just arrogant when it comes to the cups. We saw it against Violette, alternate lineups. We saw it against San Antonio in the past in the Open Cup. We saw it again in the Open Cup. It's a very arrogant way of going about things. It's a Major League Soccer team. You're not as deep as you would like to think. Yeah. You can't go about that way. Now, I will get to the injuries because a lot of this is injuries. But in this last game against Juarez, you should have been up 3-0, first 20, 25 minutes, and you lose the game 3-1. It was that simple. Bad finishing. Now, let me get to the injuries because there are a lot of injuries, and this is where I will cut them some slack. You lost to the worst teams in Mexico over the last years. Mazatlan, they've been terrible. Sure, they're doing better this season. Juarez, they've been terrible. Sure, they're doing better this season. But everybody would have said Austin on and would have said one of these two teams not. It's a reality. Another cup competitions, we are terrible. Now to the injuries. Whatever you may think of these players, they're starting players who were injured. Gyasi Sardes, Maxi Urruti, Rigoni.
Are we going to go through the Mazatlan and Juarez rosters and their injuries too?
What do you want me to, was this a Mazatlan segment or is it an Austin FC segment? Let me know.
Sounds like we're making excuses. It sounds like we're making excuses for a team that pretty much had everything handed to them. They had the best draw you could possibly ask for.
There's that arrogance I talk about.
Home.
There's that arrogance I talk about. You can't assume because you're Austin, that you're going to steamroll teams. There's the arrogance I was talking about right there on display. Driussi was playing as a 9.5. He just came back from injury, played this game. Danny Pereira just came back, played this game. Who else? Alex Ring came on in the second half, played this game. By no means are they a good team where you think they're going to steamroll teams in any competition. They need their 11 to be a competitive team. And when they have their 11, they're a competitive team. But you can't have the arrogance that you just displayed right here where they're going to steamroll Juarez, okay, who invests a lot of money, and Mazatlan, whatever the case may be, they're still opponents, 11 players that you have to respect. When you don't, you're going to lose.
Herc, can we at least mention the manager here, the coach, Josh Wolff?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it possible for a guy to be a good manager? I actually think Josh Wolff is going to be a good coach. I think there's some record in MLS that suggests he's already that. Can you be a good coach who's just bad in knockout round games? Is that what we're seeing?
Sure. I'll buy that. You could be bad in knockout round games. If you watch this game against Juarez, and I think this is a lot of it's what's going on with them. This shouldn't have been that difficult of a game. They had over 60% possession, and literally, Seb, 25 minutes in, they should have been winning 3-0. You don't put the ball in the back of the net when you have to, and it comes right back down your throat. And when you chase the game, something that they are not very good at doing, it comes right back down your throat again. And I actually agree with that fan. The first goal, the Stuver goal, the free kick, Bofo Saucedo free kick, by the way, Mexican-American player, trinkled in across the face of the goal and went into the back of the net. That doesn't go in. It's a different game. But you miss these chances. That's what's going to happen. I don't care who you play against.
Year 3 for Josh Wolff in charge of Austin FC. So a young coach, but boy, that wasn't the only bad elimination for MLS. Seattle, LA Galaxy, Atlanta, Toronto. Maybe not the best teams, but some of the biggest spenders there with some of the biggest fan bases going out of the tournament pretty early.